Grenache/Garnacha, the spice of blends. Grenache, known as Garnacha in Spain, is one of the most widely planted grapes in the world. It doesn't always get the spotlight because it's often blended with other grapes, but on its own, Grenache is charming, flavorful, and full of personality. It's the grape that adds spice, warmth, and red fruit energy to blends, but it also makes fantastic single varietal wines if you know where to look. Let's explore what you'll see, smell, taste, and feel when you pour Grenache, and how it changes depending on the region. When you pour Grenache, notice the color. It's usually lighter than Cabernet or Syrah, often a medium ruby with a translucent edge. Don't expect inky darkness. Grenache tends to look approachable, almost playful, but the aromas tell you it's more complex than it seems. Bring the glass to your nose, and the first thing you'll smell is fruit. Grenache is all about red fruit, strawberry, raspberry, and red cherry. In warmer regions, the fruit gets richer, leaning toward baked strawberry, candied cherry, or even jam. But Grenache isn't just fruit. It often carries a white pepper or cinnamon-like spice, along with herbal notes like dried thyme or garriga, the wild herbs of southern France. With oak aging, you may notice a touch of vanilla or baking spice, but Grenache is usually more about fruit and herbs than heavy oak. Take a sip, and you'll understand Grenache's appeal. It's medium-bodied, juicy, and smooth, with moderate tannins and moderate acidity. It doesn't dry your mouth like Cabernet, and it doesn't feel sharp like some high-acid wines. Instead, Grenache is round and approachable, with flavors of strawberry, raspberry, and spice leading the way. In warmer styles, you might taste fig, baked fruit, or even cocoa. The finish is usually smooth and slightly warming, sometimes with a gentle peppery kick. Grenache is also known for its higher alcohol, especially in warm climates. Many Grenache wines sit at 14 to 15% alcohol, which gives them a sense of richness and warmth on the palate. This makes Grenache feel plush and generous, even when the tannins are soft. Now let's look at where Grenache grows and how those regions shape the wine. In Spain, where it's called Garnacha, the grape produces everything from light, fruity reds to powerful, concentrated wines. In regions like Campo de Borja and Carinina, Garnacha is juicy, fruit-forward, and affordable, often full of strawberry and raspberry flavors. In Priorat, Garnacha reaches another level. Here, old vines growing on steep, slate soils produce dense, powerful wines with intense fruit, minerality, and structure. Priorat Garnacha is rich, bold, and age-worthy, with flavors of blackberry, licorice, and spice. In France, Grenache is a cornerstone of the southern Rhône Valley. It's the backbone of Côtes du Rhône blends and the star of Châteauneuf-du-Pape. In these wines, Grenache brings red fruit and spice, often balanced by Syrah's depth or Mourvèdre's structure in GSM blends. Expect flavors of strawberry, raspberry, white pepper, and dried herbs. Châteauneuf-du-Pape Grenache is richer and more complex, often with baked fruit, leather, and earthy spice. In Australia, Grenache is making a comeback. Once used mostly for fortified wines, it now produces fresh, vibrant reds in regions like McLaren Vale. Australian Grenache is fruit-forward and juicy, with raspberry, cherry, and spice, often lighter in body and easy to drink. Some producers are experimenting with old vine Grenache, making concentrated wines that rival the depth of Rhône or Priorat styles. In California, Grenache thrives in Paso Robles and Santa Barbara. Styles vary from light and juicy to bold and full-bodied, but you can expect ripe red fruit, spice, and a smooth, warming finish. California Grenache often falls somewhere between Spain's power and France's elegance. So who will enjoy Grenache? If you like wines that are fruit-driven, smooth, and slightly spicy, Grenache is for you. It's softer than Cabernet, less earthy than Nebbiolo, and more generous than Pinot Noir. If you enjoy flavors of strawberry, raspberry, and cinnamon with a velvety texture, you'll love Grenache. If you prefer wines with sharp acidity or firm tannins, Grenache might feel too soft. Now let's talk food pairings. Grenache is incredibly versatile at the table. Its red fruit and spice make it perfect with Mediterranean cuisine. Think grilled lamb, roasted vegetables, or dishes with herbs like rosemary and thyme. In Spain, Garnacha is often enjoyed with tapas, chorizo, or paella. In France, Grenache blends pair beautifully with Provençal stews, ratatouille, and roast meats. For vegetarians, Grenache is excellent with roasted peppers, eggplant, or mushroom-based dishes. Its smooth tannins and juicy fruit also make it one of the best wines for pizza night. Spotting Grenache in a blind tasting comes down to its combination of red fruit, spice, and smoothness. Look for medium ruby color, aromas of strawberry and raspberry, flavors of cinnamon or white pepper, and a medium body with soft tannins. Compared to Pinot Noir, Grenache is warmer, fruitier, and often higher in alcohol. Compared to Syrah, it's lighter, softer, and less savory. If the wine feels juicy and spicy, but not too heavy, Grenache is a good guess. When shopping, think about what style you prefer. If you want affordable, fruit-driven wines, look for Spanish Garnacha from Campo de Borja or Carinina. If you want bold, concentrated wines, try Priorat Garnacha or Chateauneuf du Pape Grenache. If you want fresh, juicy, modern wines, check out Australian or Californian Grenache. And if you enjoy blends, GSM wines from the Rhone or Australia are a great introduction to Grenache's role in harmony with Syrah and Mourvedre. Here's the takeaway. Grenache may not always get the spotlight, but it's one of the most charming, versatile grapes in the world. Expect red fruit, spice, and a smooth, generous feel. From Spain's rustic Garnacha to France's elegant Rhone blends to Australia's vibrant modern styles, Grenache adapts beautifully to its region while keeping its signature warmth and charm. So the next time you pour a glass, look for the ruby color. Smell the strawberry, the raspberry, the pepper, and the herbs. Taste the smooth fruit, the spice, the gentle warmth. That's Grenache, the spice of blends, and a grape that deserves a place on your table.